Hi everyone, hope everyone is well. My name is Wayne, the Aragon watch designer, and welcome to our Aragon watch presentation. Today is a very special day for me. It's because more than a year in the making and more than a year of improving the components and going back and forth with the factory. The Virtuoso collection is finally here, and it is now for me to present to you the Aragon Virtuoso Titanium 9015 automatic, and we're making it in two sizes. One is 44 millimeter, which is a lot of people are looking for, and we also make it in the 50 millimeter. All right, let's dive in and talk about the Virtuoso collection. The Virtuoso is finally here, more than a year in the making, and designing, going back and forth with all the components and so forth. And you can see on the table we have two sizes, so 44 millimeter and 50 millimeter. Now let me tell you the spec first. The case and the bracelet are done in titanium. Okay. The bezel insert is ceramic. The glass is sapphire. And the movement is Miyota 9015. Okay? It's 9015. So it's all you guys been waiting for us to use the Miyota 9015. So with the vibration 28,800 as compared to the NX35, 21,600. So you can see the second hand runs a lot smoother. Okay. So besides, the material, you can also see is a healing valve, is 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet submersible underwater, screw down crown. So the clasp is the glide lock, okay, with the push button in the back for micro adjustment. And three components are in titanium. In stainless steel is the clasp, case back, and the crown, okay? The bezel is titanium, the case is titanium, the bracelet is titanium. And also, to size the bracelet is done with screw bar, okay, not clipping pins. So if you are new to Virtuoso, the collection of Virtuoso, this is our flagship collection. So you can see majority of the components are premium, including the movement as well, okay? And we've done a lot of improvement over the years, the structure of the case, the bracelet, all that, the calculation of the dimensions with all the watches. So as you can see on the table, okay, we have 6 variations in terms of the dial. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you one at a time. And I can see a lot of people are probably eyeing certain ones already because it's simply different than the others. So let me begin with this one. Now, this is my favorite, okay? This is my favorite. This is not the platinum blue mother of pearl. Okay? This, I would have to say, because of the material, okay, I was aiming for turquoise. But as you can see, turquoise could have, slightly different variations. So because with different material, even with the Pantone, the turquoise will look slightly different, but we try to match it as much as we can. So you can see the bezel, the ceramic bezel insert in the turquoise color, even though the mother of pearl is aiming at that Pantone, is slightly darker, okay? Love this, okay? If you want to identify the Virtuoso, is the screws on the bezel. That's the identification. And what we've done also differently is the knurling on the bezel, on the sidewall of the bezel. Okay, you can see all the curvature, how on the side of the case is a lot of details in terms of the design of the case engineering, the case tailoring. I'm going to put on the each watch so you can see the size perspective. This is one of the requests that I've read from the comments in the past. So I'm going to try to do this. So I have a very strong feeling, because this is my favorite. It's also because it's turquoise. This is going to fly out first. This is going to sell out very, very fast. Okay, so this is the turquoise mother of pearl. All right, here you go. The second one is the abalone. The abalone dial. Black ceramic bezel with the abalone dial. Oh, let me go back because I need to put it on every single watch so you can see the size perspective. So I'm wearing the 44 and it's perfect. You see how it's contour around the wrist. The self-adjustable first end link, okay, connects to the case. You see how all that look? It's really, really impressive. As far as everything from the material to how it wraps around my wrist. Okay, so this is the repeat, the turquoise mother of pearl. This is the abalone. It's going to be very difficult to choose which one. If you're only limited to pick one, it's going to be very difficult. And because this is our flagship model, don't expect, excuse me, don't wait and say like, oh, I'm going to wait a few years and the price will drop. We will never drop the price on this, okay? Just want you to know, especially with the Muta 9015 movement, the price has gone up higher. It's really insane. In the movement, automatic movement industry, that how the price is gone, the cost of the movement is going higher and higher. Now, this one right here is that he treated Damascus titanium dial, okay? Each one of the pattern is unique, so it will be difficult for us to replicate another dial. It could be similar because they come from the same batch. They could be similar, but the texture or the pattern, I'm going to show it to you like this one. Okay, the 50 millimeter, you see how the pattern is completely different, even though if I choose it like this or like that, okay, it's different. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to also model the 50 millimeter as well. So black ceramic bezel with the heat treated Damascus titanium dial. This one is out of the world. Okay, if this is what you like, this is a must-have. Okay. All right, and then the next one is the piano black, matching with the ceramic bezel in black. My favorite color for watches, for watch dial, has always been black dial. And I forced myself to change it up. So that's why I'm constantly wearing the yellow dial Dive Master 42 Swiss automatic. I'm just kidding. I love that watch. So anyway, my favorite watch dial color is piano black. Seriously, I could have every single watch in black dial. And I just love how classic it looks. You know, it's not flashy. It's not, people will be like, oh, yellow. You know, the first thing they notice. I was at a shop the other day and I ran into a watch enthusiast and he was staring at my watch. Okay. The other day, just a couple of days ago, he was staring at my watch. And then he said, oh, what kind of watch are you wearing? And I was just telling him, oh, it's an Aragon and so forth. And he said, the yellow dial just caught my eyes. That's why he said, I have to ask. All right. And then this is the teal sunray. Okay. It has been very popular color for a long, long time. Okay. We use this color very often. Okay. Now again, I sometimes call this Robinate blue is because, let me explain, okay? I know some people take it very seriously and appreciate it very, very much. And we use that Pantone and apply it to sunray texture. And that's how it comes out, okay? If we were going to do the solid dial with no texture, like pure solid color, it will come out with that Robinate blue, the one that you and I are thinking of. All right, the last one is the full lume in white lume that glows blue. And this one is really pretty in the dark because the bezel is white lume glows blue. The dial is white lume glows blue. The index, the hands are white lume glows green. Okay? 44 millimeter. The thickness for the 44 millimeter is 15 millimeter. Okay? So if you're familiar with Virtuoso, this collection has been around for more than 15 years. It's our signature. So what I like to do to this collection, excuse me, is once this is gone, we make in very small quantity and then it goes away. And then I wait and redesign in as far as not changing any, not changing the design in an obvious way. Is, for example, if you look at the Porsche 911, right? It has been looking like that since what, the 50s or whatever, but it's gradually changing the size, larger, smaller, upgrading, adding more details. So the Virtuoso is the same. If you look back to the first one to now, it has slightly changed in as far as the design, but but the identity, I should say, of this watch, it's remained the same. Okay, this is a 50 millimeter. And the thickness for the 50 millimeter is 1.5 millimeter thicker, which I like for a lot. I know I've been producing a lot of watches thinner and thinner lately, even for the large one is like 15 or 14.5, so forth. I do like the oversized 50 millimeter to be thicker. And if you recall, in the past, I've done the gauge in 22 millimeter, and I've done the enforcer in 18 millimeter, and I slimmed down the 50 millimeter a little bit of the Virtuoso from somewhere like 17, 18 to 16.5. I think it's perfect. The watch is very lightweight due to the titanium case and the bracelet. Very comfortable. Okay, if you can see, not sure if you can, right? I'm trying to pull my arm back. If you look, my 6.5-inch wrist, the watch is not overhanging my wrist. Yes, it does look big on me, okay? And it's personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Matter of fact, I've seen women wearing men's watches, so like large men's watches, and I think it's cool. So I just think it's personal preference is all your liking. Now is the previous one is the abalone, and this one is the heat-treated Damascus titanium. Okay, you see how the color changes? The color changed from blue to green, depending. I mean, not blue to green, blue to like. There was a slight purple that I saw, and I want to point it out. So it's like, here we go. I don't know if your monitor is able to catch that little bit of purple or darker blue tone. So if you change it like that, it's like a lighter blue. It's really cool. It's very, very cool. All right, I think this is very desirable because we have introduced the heat-treated Damascus in other collections, and they always go first. So my favorite, again, is the piano black. Look at that. It's pure classic. Pure sophistication with that all black. It looks serious. Love it. And then the teal And then make sure you stay, extra 5-10 minutes at the end of the video to look at the loom shots. It's very pretty. From all the light source to dark at night, you can see the watch. I love the helium valve. It's cool, isn't it? Very nice looking watch. And the last and final, it is the white loom, full loom dial. Very, very cool. I remember I did full loom dial back in early 1990s. Has been close to 30 years. If it is not 30, it's probably like 27, 28 years already. I've been doing this full loom dial. And back in the days, I was only doing in, that loom, that mint, that light green, the natural loom color to just glows green. All right, here we go. This is the final. I think I cover everything. I told you the story. This collection has been around for a very, very long time. It's our flagship. I'm really proud of it. And if you're an Aragon fan, collector, you love this brand, the Virtuoso is a must-have. At least you have to have one. Okay, all right. See you very, very soon. I'm constantly designing watches every day, and every month we have 1 to 3 models of new models releases. New model release. Okay, I'll see you next time, guys.